Hi guys, welcome to another Block Spotlight. Today we're going to have a look at the router from Factorization. Now this is a bit of a magic block. It's Factorization's solution to item sorting and item transport. It kind of works with the power of vendor transport, so it's magic. Basically, it's magic. Now if we have a look at the interface for it, we've got a couple of buttons and a single inventory slot. Now that is the only inventory slot it's ever going to have. You can't expand the amount of space it will operate on. It's always going to be just a single slot. The button to the left of that allows you to toggle between insert and extract mode. The button underneath will tell you where to insert or extract from or to. So by default it starts off in insert into anywhere. If you hit that, you can insert into a specific slot, which you can change by using the plus and minus keys, so you can insert into whichever slot you require, and that will work on any machines that are attached to the router. Now if you hit that again, you can insert into the bottom, the top, or any of the sides. Now you'll notice that these sides have got colours on them. That corresponds with the colours on the side of the router, so you can easily identify which way is which just by saying I want purple, so I'm going to go purple, and actually purple would then be west, so you then get your idea of which direction's which if you don't have a mini-map. Now the recipe for this is 6 dark iron, and you'll remember you make dark iron using a wrath igniter on a block of iron. You have an ender pearl and an eye of ender and an egg, so quite an expensive recipe. It's this is probably representative of about 13 or 14 bars of iron and a couple of ender pearls, not that cheap at all. Of course some blaze powder as well. Now in standard operation, as is, insert into anywhere, if we put our grass blocks in there, what it's going to do, it's going to visit each of these chests in turn, and I'm using chests here but it could be anything with an inventory will work, and as you can see it's going to put a grass block in each chest and then move on to the next one, and that's pretty much how that's going to work. Now we can also tell it to extract, and that's going to extract as well from each chest in turn, and this particle effect you can see is giving you an indication of which chest or which machine it's operating on at the time. Quite handy. As is, very useful machine. It will allow you to distribute items evenly across several machines as long as they're all touching each other. It will work, which as you'll see can get quite mad. Now the upgrades you can apply to this machine, the first one we're going to look at is the bandwidth upgrade. Now how you apply this, you hold shift or your sneak key and you right click on the machine, and that's going to apply underneath this this square box here, and I'm going to change into survival mode just so that items get consumed properly. So if we have a look, the bandwidth upgrade is basically now saying that this machine is going to operate on a stack at a time. So if we put that in, that's going to throw out the whole stack in one go, and whichever chest was next in line, which was that one there. So if we extract, it's going to extract the whole stack at a time, and that one will now, just to show that it's working on chests in turn, it's going to go into that one there. So there we go. It will also operate on the crafting table, which is why I've now got all this in here, as you can see. So yeah, I should use a the next item, which is the machine filter, to take care of that. Actually, no, the next one is the speed upgrade. And what the speed upgrade will do, if I can just pop that on there, is speed upgrade will have no delay when visiting machines. So what you'd find with this is it would deal with 4 machines, and then there'd be a small delay before it restarts the process, or when it changes different chests, it will there'll be a small delay. This will basically get rid of that delay for you, so it's basically just going to go through without stopping. So there you go. Now the next one is, let's have a look at this. This is the machine filter. This is the one where you can pick which machines you want to operate on, so that you can negate the situations like we had there where I was extracting from the crafting table. You can use this machine filter upgrade, and if we pop that on here, what we can do with it, we can say we can visit all, or visit the near ones. So that will mean it will only visit the ones close by, or visit all of them. And you can pick your machine you're using here. Now this is going to cover all of the machines that we've got in the line at the moment, just so that we can really specify where we want this operating. Now the other thing that I should mention with these upgrades is if you hover over this button, you can see it says press delete to remove this upgrade. So if you do that, the upgrade will just pop back into your inventory, so you can reconfigure these at will. You can also apply more than one upgrade onto a machine at a time. So there we've got the bandwidth upgrade and the machine filter upgrade. So there we go. Now how you make this one, it's not particularly straightforward. It's quite a complicated recipe, quite a time involved recipe as well. Basically revolves around this logic matrix identifier. Now how you make one of those, you start off with 4 lead in the corners and 4 gold between that, with a diamond in the middle, and that's going to get you an Inverium drop. Now as you can see, this is a temporary recipe at the moment, so how that's going to get changed, or whether it's going to be made non-craftable or not, we will find out. But as you see, it's quite expensive and it is temporary. So you take your Inverium drop and you put it into a crystallizer with a piece of stone and a water bottle. And after 20 minutes, because that's how long this crystallizer takes to operate, you'll get a logic matrix out. Now that by itself isn't what we're after here, because this is a specific type of logic matrix. The identifier one you need to put together with a spider eye and a programmer, and that will give you your logic matrix identifier. Now these programmers apparently at the moment are only available in dungeon chests, and not too common at that from my experience, so you're not going to be swimming in these. So these filters are not something that you can use all over the place. You really need to pick and choose when you want to use them, unless you're fortunate enough to have found quite a lot of programmers. And then once we're in here, we can actually pick between the iron chest, the diamond chest. You can pick the crystallizer, gold chest, copper chest, or the furnace, because it's actually going to see all the way down this line as well, which is pretty handy. Now the next upgrade we're going to look at is this one here, which is the item filter. Now the item filter, if I'm going to be honest with you, seems to be a little bit at an early stage. I think most of these upgrades are still in development. This item filter, you can basically drop items into the filter, and as you can see, it did consume an item, so that is a real item in the filter rather than a shadow item that you might expect from some of the other mods you've used. And what you can do is you can actually, let's use something that is not going to be in the crafting table. We can use the crafting table there. You can insert or extract just those items. Now, actually inserting items doesn't appear to be working the filter properly right now. So if you insert, it's going to insert even if it doesn't match the filter. So be aware of that. The difference, however, will be the bit that does work is extracting. So if we switch to extract mode, it's not going to extract these dark iron ingots, but it will extract the auto crafting tables. So bear that in mind. The item filter doesn't fully work yet, and this is on 1.4.5 right now, and it's version 0.7.3 of factorization, so some of this may well change. Next one we're going to look at is thoroughness upgrade. Now, as you've seen before, it will basically, the router will visit each machine in turn. What this will do instead is it says always finish serving the machines. So what it's going to do is it's going to use this chest here until it's full, and then it's going to move on to the furnace, then it will move on to the chest, and it won't move on to the next machine until the one before it is completely full. Now you could find that useful in certain situations, so that's certainly something to look at. Actually completely changes the functionality of the router. Now the other one, which I haven't got set up here because I wasn't sure whether it was working properly, we have the ejector upgrade. Now I haven't actually got a recipe for this ejector upgrade, so I don't really know if it's possible to be made right now, but what you can do is you can pick a side of the router to eject this contents into. So if we want yellow, it's going to eject to the east. Now I was trying this before with a pipe, and it wouldn't eject into a pipe, Buildcraft pipe. So bear that in mind. Don't try and use a pipe with this ejector module. If you cheat one in, which I guess would be the only way of getting it in, or maybe there's a recipe that I just don't know about, but that's the ejector. That's the ejector recipe. The ejector upgrade, in fact. And I've got a small demonstration just to show you how mad this machine can get, because obviously it will work on adjacent machines as long as they're all touching each other. That's part of how this works. So I've got something set up here just to give you an idea of what that means in practice. So we have I've actually got a load of coal already, done that wrong, a load of coal already in these machines. Now I can just insert this iron into this buffer, into the unloader, just to fill that up, and we can see the router's now going to work, and it's going to deposit one into each. For some reason it's missed a line out. Maybe that line doesn't actually have any coal. Oh, that's got coal on the top. So this, as you can see, that router is going to work on all of these machines because they're all touching each other. Now the interesting bit is going to be to see whether it will do this whole line out, how far along it's going to go, and this is 18 by 18 at the moment, so it's quite a big area. So as we can see, it's just going to keep going along the line, and will it do all the way to the end? Yep, that's 51 furnaces in a straight line. We've also got them over here, and all of these are now working as well, and all of them down here as well. So as you can see, it really will work on quite a lot of machines all in one go. So as long as they're touching, it's going to work. Now I could extend this up as well, and that would still work, but otherwise, as you can see, can get pretty mad. But that's the item router, extremely useful. There are still some little quirks with it, some little bugs. I think particularly with this one here, you can end up typing into the button, which is a bit of a bug, but if you just hit the button again, you can it will reset the text. So just be aware that there are still some bugs kicking around with this, but as a sorting machine, extremely powerful, extremely useful. So thanks for watching, guys. Bit of a long spotlight, but there's quite a lot involved with the router, so it did need to be long to get it all covered. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and over on Twitch, and also hit that subscribe button above if you've enjoyed this video, and maybe you'll enjoy some of my other spotlights as well. So thanks for watching.